And another team too that hired a manager just today, actually, and at the time this recording was Tuesday. The Marlins hired Skip Schumaker. They hire another
Hmm.
former player. I know Schumacher's been an assistant the last few years. He was the assistant for the Cardinals this season, and I'm trying to remember, he was somewhere else. I can't remember his assistant last year, but what did you think about that hire?
It's a trendy hire. He's a young player, still just fresh out of the game. A lot of teams have done that. Look at Dave Roberts when he got signed by the Dodgers. He's been there for a long time now. Even Aaron Boone, David Ross with the Cubs, and just the younger generation of coaches bring that new wave into the game.
Hmm.
I'm not surprised with that. He does have a little bit more experience than a lot of the other coaches who have been re-signed or who have signed in the past recent years. Like David Ross had never coached a game in his life, not even in college or in the minors. So Schumacher has been a bench coach with a very good Cardinals team this year. He had a long tenured career. I think it was 11 seasons. What I do find funny is it's the 30th year, I believe, for the Marlins, and this will be their 16th separate manager after Don Mattingly was there for 4 or 5 years as their longest tenured manager. So I think it's going to be a nice influx of youth for the Marlins. They're trying to rebuild that entire system. They've got two very good young pitchers. I do think it'll be good. It's hard to know when you've got a coach who's inexperienced like that.
Yeah, and you were talking about, I didn't realize that, but 30 years in baseball and you've had 16 managers. So that's like basically a manager every 2 years, like,
Yeah,
or
and
only
they've won the
manage.
World Series twice in that
Yeah.
time frame.
And
But
it's even crazier too. Before 2020, they hadn't lost a postseason round. They had been in the playoffs
yeah.
twice and they won both World Series.
And then
And
they swept the Cubs in the first round of 2020 before they lost. I think it was to the Braves or I don't remember. I think it was the Braves in 2020.
it seems like though the Marlins try to rebuild every year, and then those two
Hmm.
years they got lucky and won the World Series. It is kind of funny how that works. But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, 16th manager in 30 years, they got to find stability. And I think with Schumacher, you'll have that. I mean, he was a great player, a good second baseman. He was always a
Hmm.
solid player. I want to say he won two World Series because as a Cardinals fan, I think he was with him in that '06 season. I know he won with them in 2011, but
Hmm.
anyways, he has experience. He has championship pedigree, so that's good for the Marlins.